So let's go. All right. Okay. So what do we have here? We have if, and that's of course, I'm sure a lot of you guys would appreciate how useful that's going to be. We're going to have and, which is just the operator that tries to make sure the two conditions are met. When you say I want I want a glass of water and a newspaper, that means that you need both of them together. So that means that both of them needs to exist all at the same time, or bring or brought up to you all at the same time. But if you say I want a glass of water or an orange juice, that means that either one is fine. You don't want both of them to be with you. So that's a difference between the word and or in logic, in programming, or in any software that you are dealing with. Okay, so let's get it started. I'm using this if a lot of times. So this is has an actual real application. So use if to label scores that are greater than or equal to 60. Okay. So I receive my students' marks, and I want to know who received more than 60 to say pass, and then who says less than 6, who is not, and then receive fail. Believe me or not, I actually use this for one of my classes for actually giving them A plus, A minuses, and so forth. So I have a long formula that actually, instead of me figuring out if this person receives A plus or A or what they receive, it's just the formula that I use with bunch of ifs in it. So that if I give it a number, then it would just tell me this student received A plus or A minus or any mark. So let's just get on with it. I can use if. You guys all know from yesterday. If not, that's okay too. I can use a small letter or capital letters, but the Excel converts it to capital letters. If you want to complete something, you can just use tab, TAB. It's on your keyboard. And then essentially when you do that, the bottom line right here is giving you some hint as to what you need to do. So what is the logic test? Okay, so I want people who are greater than or equal to. So I want these people. I want these people to be greater than or equal to. If that person receives greater than or equal to 60, just say pass. Okay. Otherwise, and this is the otherwise, and you see, when I hit the comma, it's just the other one is getting activated. That means that you are in the else condition. So you always, for any programming language, you have if, then you have else. That means that if, let's say, if this laptop is available, bring it to me. Otherwise, bring me an iPad, for example. Okay, so that's an if and else. So if this is correct, say pass. Otherwise, say fail. Okay, and I can use tab or enter here, and then it will just populates it for me. Okay, now I can just use some of the techniques from yesterday. So I can, a lot of people, when they become really good at Excel, they don't want to touch their mouse, right? So they just want to do everything on their keyboard. So if you want to do everything on the keyboard, hold Shift, bring it down with your arrow keys, with the down arrow key, and then hit Control D, and then that's essentially fills it up again. Okay, so either you can do that, or as I said yesterday, you can just make it a black plus and then drag it down. Okay, or you can just drag it down normally and then say Control D. All right. Let's see.
Can I see your formula again, please?
Absolutely, you can. Take a look. Whenever I have to double click on this for you to be able to see it, right? But if I even click on it, at the top right, you will be able to see it. You can also make changes here if you like. Okay,
Thank you.
no problem. Any questions? Now, you don't need to stick to pass or anything. So this is your call, and then anything you put on the codes is just show up. So if I write down anything else, that thing shows up. So this thing is not set to be just a word pass. It can be any word that you like. Okay. Now, um, let's go over the next thing that we need to do. Use and to check.
Sorry, sir. Could I ask a question here before we move
Abs-
on?
Absolutely. I would really prefer you guys to use chat, but now that you've started, why don't you share your question? What's up?
All right. So in the code, I saw that you used B12, which is for the column, right? So when you copy and paste it, does it automatically change that, like for the relevant box?
Oh, very nice. You're asking me when you actually drag it down, did it change it? And then that's a great question. So you can double check. Do you see that it changed it?
Oh, yeah. Okay.
And it's very good that you're double checking, and then also you can double check, and then when you I mean not double check, when you double click, you can see that it's the one next to it is being highlighted. That means that it's being selected. And then when you click on this, or double click on this one, it's highlighted. So either you can read it, which is hard, or you can double click on it, which is easy. Okay,
Got it. Thank you.
no problem. No problem. So there you go. Lisa, there you go. It's in the chat. No problem, Hosnia. There you go. It's right there. No problem, Lisa. All right. Okay. So let's move on. All right. So what do we have to do next time? So this is essentially something that you would use quite often. You put the conditions here, the condition if the answer is yes, and then the condition if the answer is no. Okay. So let's go over let's go over and right now. I want use and to check if a score is above 60 and below 90, right? So, I want to run some statistics and I just want to know if that's the case or not. So, what I can do is just simply say, and I want this thing. I want this thing to see if it is above 60, and I want the exact same thing to be less than 90. Okay. So I want to know whether that's the case. Okay. So you saw, and I'm trying my best to show you different ways of doing it so that you pick up on the thing that you really like, and then you go on with that. So instead of writing B12, guys, I can just write down B12, but it's very hard to like actually read the row and column, especially if you are further along in rest of the Excel sheet, or you have a big monitor, it's hard to see it. So instead of writing B12, you can just click on it, right? So if I just click on it, B12, if I just click on it, it just shows up so that they don't have to type it in. And this is less than 90. Okay. Now, I want to look like a pro, so I can just, if you want to look like a pro, you can just hold Shift, use arrow key to come down so that you don't touch your mouse, and then hold Control D, and then If for a double check, you can just double click to see if it's the correct one or not. Any questions? No? Okay. I want to do or to check if a score is below 50 or above 90. So for whatever reason, I wanted to use that. So I can just use or. So you can have multiple conditions or multiple logics. So I want this guy to see if it is above 50. Or, and then of course, because I have the or as the function itself, I use commas to separate them out. This guy is or above 90, sorry, below 50. So this should be below 50. And then I want below 50 or above 90 or above 90. Okay. Okay, so that's above 60, and below 90, and this is above 90. Perfect. All right, so that's false. That's me. Yes, absolutely. You can just just say, yeah, you can just say good standing. We can say good standing, not a problem, right? We can totally do that. Of course, let me show you this. So I want to use or, and then or I want to be below 50, or above 90. Of course, I can. All right, so let me finish this and I can explain that again. So again, I can just this way, this time around, I'm just dragging it down so that you see all different variations. For and, it's exactly the same thing. Nargis, and is essentially the exact same thing. So what I can do is simply have the word and then anything that I put before that comma is one condition, and then anything after I put it is another condition. So essentially, Excel is going to double check both of these conditions. If both these conditions are correct, it says true. And then if one of these conditions is true, it's going to return false. Okay. For example, in this one, this needs to be greater than 60. So this is 49. So that's why it was false. And then that's why it is false, even though that B14 is less than 90. So 49 is less than 90, but at the same time, we enforced that it needs to be greater than 60. So that's why it's giving us false then. Okay. All right. So no more questions. Okay. So I actually wanted to show you this because a lot of programming languages have something very similar to this. But also Excel has it as well. So, it happens so often that, for example, I don't know, I have 100 here, I have 0 here, I have 100 here, okay? So maybe I wanted to divide all the marks by 100, right? And then I mistakenly, right? I mistakenly type 0 here. So what happens here? If I simply say this divided by that, what do I see, people? What do I see before I hit enter?
0.82.
0.82 it is. Okay. So what do you think happens if I hit shift, come down, and then click Control D? What happens? Jack, where would I see error? On the one with 0, yes. So I'm with you. Do you see that I got an error? It says div divided by 0, meaning that hey, you mistakenly divided by 0. Okay. So there is a workaround that could essentially help you handle these cases. So I can just simply say if error. All right. Now, the interesting thing is here. You can put anything that you like here. Okay. And essentially, you can just simply say, I can just simply say this divided by that. Now, what it says is that if for dividing these two, I encountered an error, I should print this for you. What would you like to print? I can just simply say, Hamid, look at me. Okay. Now, if I just hold shift and come down and then apply, see what happened. Of course, it doesn't have to be funny. You can just type in anything. You can just simply say error, and then it would show error. Okay. Any questions?
No, all good here.
Perfect. Guys, in the chat, would you let me know why I see this green thing here? I don't understand the function. Could you please explain one more time? Of course I can. So you saw here that if you just divide 82, like 65 by 0, if you do 65 by 0, I can do it here. If I do 65 by 0, I get an ugly div divided by 0. However, I can actually make this message to be customized to whatever I like, so that in post processing, I can grab that information right away. Okay, so I can simply say eliminate all the ones that has Hamid, look at me. Okay, or eliminate the ones that it has error all in capital. Am I making sense? So essentially, this if error allows you to customize the error message. Is that making sense? Sure. So how do you apply the function again? So let's take a look. Let's take a look. I can just simply say, do the operation, Suta, do the operation that you wanted to do. It can be a complicated operation. It can be any operations that you like. Do the operation, and then say comma, and then whatever that you like. And then that whatever that you like will show up there. Okay? Did I answer your question, Suita? Anytime. Guys, can somebody help me with this? Why do I see this green thing on top of the letter E? Uh, yes, because I changed this. Adita, I changed this. Take a look at this. I changed it to error. Okay. Okay. Sakrish is answering my question. My question was like, why do you see a green triangle? Do you guys see the triangle? Very nice. So Fitz also very nice. Fitz also is showing is giving the correct answer. Whenever you see this green tiny triangle, it just gives you a warning that hey, you used a different function before me, right? Are you sure you want to do that? Like, take a look at this. before that, I had Hamid look at me, and then right now, I have error. So it just reminds you that, hey, are you sure that you want to change the formula? Because it's pretty rare, guys, that you want different formula in one column, because it's just off the top of my head, I cannot think of a scenario where you change, like if you have a long data set, you change your formula midway. I don't know why would anybody want to do that. So that's why Excel people, they actually put this tiny triangle there just to warn you that, hey, did you do it by mistake? So I can just simply come here and then shift down and then Control D, and then it says, look at me. So essentially that triangle is gone. Of course. There you go. Any questions? Oh, you're saying that false and pass. So false and pass. So this one. Do you want this? Your friend mentioned he wants good standing. So I'm just gonna do that. So shift come down, Control D, and then it's just good standing. Do I have to do the Control D for all the columns so that they are all the same? Johanna, don't say all the columns, but like all the rows in a column usually have or bear the same formula. Nia, that's a good question. I do not know, but I know that it's recorded. There you go. Okay, guys, 2 minutes. Do it yourself. Tell me when you're done. There's no scores. Okay, thank you. Okay, good job. Give me a number, and we populate it together. Give me a number. 95, 65, 73, 71. And then Helen, what do we get for Helen? Helen, people. Helen, it's 30. Okay, go. 95, 65, 73, 71, and 30. Johanna, I don't understand what you mean by expand. So you want me to explain it again, Johanna? And then tell me which one do you want me to explain again? Okay, Johanna is saying that like if you are doing that, is it for the entire column? No, it is actually for that cell only. That's why you are bringing it down with Control D. So if you are typing if you're typing any formula anywhere, it's just for that cell. And if you want to apply it all the way down, you need to use Control D or drag it down or whatever way that you like to do. Okay. Now, what I was saying is that, you know, if you change the formula in the middle, if I change this formula right here, if I change this formula to say error, then there's a triangle showing up here, and that triangle is just simply saying that you used a different function, you use a different function above me. Are you sure? And then I was explaining that in a traditional sense, when you have you know, long data, like many hundreds or tens of lines of data, each column usually bear a single function so that it's not confusing for people why from record number 1 to record number 52 there's one formula, and then why is it a different formula for person number 53 all the way down. Okay, maybe that happens, I don't know why, but you know, most of the time, 90 plus percentage of the time, you would just have a consistent formula all the way down. Did I answer your question, Johanna? No problem. All right, I see little duns, so I'm just gonna wait for another minute or so. If you are done, just hit done. If isn't working. So Kalin paste it in the chat for us to see. Okay. Why do, oh, very nice. People, look at the chat. Tell me why Kalin's formula is not working. People, please look at, actually, you don't have to look at the chat. I bring the chat here. Tell me why Kalin's formula is not working. Missing a double quote. That's perfect. Missing a quote, parentheses missing. Parentheses, no, parentheses is okay. Missing this, the quotation high. After fail, there's a quotation. Good job, everybody. Great job. It's very important that you guys. Kalin, is it still not working? Oh, what's the issue, people? Missing comma. Even you are the Excel god. So there is a missing comma here. Make sense? Kalin? Should be a comma after 60. Yeah? Ivan got it. Where? Oh, okay. So right here where I'm like, if you look at your screen, I highlighted it. Oh, you should thank Ivan. Ivan is our Excel god. Okay, so let's go. Let's go to the next one. Any questions for me before we move on?
No, all good here.
No, Nagus. And is do and. And means and operation is essentially making sure two conditions are staying are both satisfied, or means only one of them if satisfied it's okay. So I was giving an example earlier on. I'm just simply saying that bring me an apple juice and newspaper. That means that I want both of them to be together. So if both of them are here, I am happy, or meaning that the Excel will return true to you. However, if I say bring apple juice or a newspaper, that means that I am happy if you either give me an apple juice or newspaper. Okay. Alicia, I'm just no problem, I guess. I was just giving an example so that I would be able to use 0 there, so that I create an error. Thanks, Kim, for the help. All right. That's it. Let's move on. Of course I can. Let's guys, would you help me with this? What should be the formula be for an and? I need help. Help, please. Very nice. So Dasmit is helping me. Dasmit is saying that do this greater than 60. I want and so greater than 60, comma, the same thing, less than 90. All right, perfect. And then shift, come down, and then Control D. For this, I can just simply say if this thing is greater than or equal to 60, say pass. Say pass. Say pass. Otherwise, say fail. Shift all the way, Control D. Any criteria would be or this, or this, below 50 and above 90. And then this, just make up some numbers so that you can see an error. If you divide, for example, this, you can just say if error, this divided by this, there isn't an issue. But if there is an issue, just say error. And then do it. Yeah, I did. Yeah, I just wanted to create an issue so that you can see an error. Okay. Any questions? All right. Let's move on. Next, what we have is left, right, mid, proper, upper, and lower. So these are some functionalities that allows you to pick a specific number of characters from the left side, from right side, or from somewhere in the middle. Okay. It has really good applications. And then one of the applications is that when you want to clean your data, for example, if you have a list of emails and you just want the username, not, let's say, at gmail.com, you just want the username. For you to be able to do that, you need to pick where is the @ sign and then grab everything before that. So you can use left for that and so forth. Okay. So there's no trick to it. There's no it's just I'm introducing it to you. So there's nothing complicated here. So left is extract a specific number of characters from the beginning of a text string. So I'm just extracting some text from the beginning. So I can just have left. Where is the text? Is right here. What do I want? I want to extract the first 4 characters. So I would just do that. So Alec would be the answer. I can just hold Shift, come down, Control D, and then it would be that. Okay, now let's do right. Right is just grab it from the right side. So use right to extract the last 3 digits. So do right, text, last three characters, and then this. Okay. So Sun is the last 3 characters of Johnson. Okay. And then hold Shift, come down, Control D, and it will populate again. So left is just left, and then the reference to a letter, the reference to your text, and then comma 4 is because I asked for 4 characters. And then this one I am asking for 3 characters. Nothing fancy here. It's just does what you're asking it to do. Okay. What about mid? Extract characters from the middle of a text. Example, mid A, 2, and 3. So use a mid to extract characters starting at the 3rd character, and then length would be 4. Okay, starting from the 3rd character. So I can just simply say mid. Text will be here. Starting, see a start number will be, I don't know, it says the 3rd character. So I'm starting from the 3rd character. So I'm starting from I. And then what is the length? It will be 4. Okay. So guys, did it make a mistake? I want 4 characters, but it just gave me back 3.
The space counts as a character?
Awesome. A space counts as a character. That's why it's 4. Okay. Good job. So Shift, come down, Control D, and then that's it. In here, you can totally see that character space, of course, counts as a character. All right. Questions? No. All right. I know this is not like the other ones that actually require some explanation. It's just you do it and then it shows up. Proper is actually really good. Proper capitalizes the first letter of each word in the text string. This is very useful, believe me or not. So this is just proper, the name, and then that's it. And then look at the Caroline or Carol Lee, right? Look at how crazy the letters are, capital, the small letter, and so forth. Now look at, if you go down and Control D, look at how beautiful this is, right? All right. Upper converts all the characters in this string into uppercase, so I can just say upper of this, and then hit enter. And then fill it up again. And then for lower, I can just do lower. For the people who have just joined, here I have 3 choices, people. I can either be a good person and then close the parentheses and then hit enter. I can just hit enter, or I can use tab. Any of those 3 would actually do the job. Okay. And then for the people who did not join yesterday, the way that I'm doing this is not with my mouse, because it's for the people who are doing, I'm not doing much of Excel, but the people who are doing Excel a lot, accountants, a lot of people who use Excel on their work every day, they don't want to keep changing their hand from keyboard to mouse. So that's why there is always a way to do it while your hands are on the keyboard. How you can fill it up is to just hold Shift, come down, and then this is all filled up, and then use Control D to copy the formula underneath it. All right, guys, 1 minute for doing your part. Well, our God finished first. Awesome. While you're doing it, I'm going to do it too. I am going to cheat. Did you guys see how I cheated?
You copied and pasted?
Yes. Okay. Don't do it. This is for you to practice. So if I copy and paste, it's actually good for you to know that copy and paste is still it's so well it is intelligent enough to know that it needs to change the reference. So it actually changed the reference for me, and then I can do that and Control D. I can do the same thing here. If I copy this and then paste here, which you should not do, I can just Control D. And then please close your eyes. I can just do this and then do that and then come down and then do this. Make sense?
Yes.
The downside, Johanna, is that you are not learning. So right now is just a chance for you to type and make mistakes and then show us the mistakes so that we can all learn. All right. But now that I want to just go to the ones that is more challenging, I just showed you this to save some time. There's no downside to doing copy and paste. It's a very fast way of doing it, but not for the people who are doing it for the first time and try to and would essentially naturally make mistakes forgetting commas or like whatever you name it. So try to type it in, but if you want to copy, you can copy and it works perfectly. Of course I can. So let's go over mid again. So for the mid, it's I'm going to look at what the mid is saying. The mid is saying that you need a text. I have a text in the first position. It says a start num, which means that a start from what character would you like? So I want from the third character because I just said third character here. So third character would be 1, 2, 3. So that would be the third character. And I want a length of 4. So I want to start from 3 and then go 4 characters after that. So N space O and then apostrophe. Desmeet, am I making sense? Perfect. Perfect. All right. Do you guys need more time here? If you do need more time, just hit yes in the chat. Otherwise, I'm gonna move on to the next one. This one didn't have, okay. Just I'll give you guys another 30 seconds to do it. All right, I'll give you more time. How do I separate one more column? Purchase. Just when names are too long and it takes up the other column. Oh, when the names are, Kim is saying that if the names are too long, how can I do that? That's essentially a split cell. So I can, if you do that, I think you can just right click. And then I think a split cell was here. Merge split cells. So you can split cell here. Does that do a split cell? Not really. And actually, a split cell is when you have, okay, so maybe I can just do, left, maybe 5 characters, and then do write the len of it minus the entire thing. That could be it. Okay, so maybe I can just do that, and then I can just do left of this, and then 5. And then I can come here and I simply say, I don't know, there's many ways of doing it. Right of that, maybe len of that, maybe len of that. And then -5. Okay, let me see what can I do here. Okay. This is just a way to do it. I don't know. There's many other ways to do it. Random question: is there a way to fit longer names, but it's still setting functions to cells? No problem, Kim. Longer names, but setting functions to cells. I don't know what you actually mean. A single letter, you can just say mid of that +1. So it just grabs the, I can just simply say, mid of this, start from 1, and then number of characters is 1. So I can get H. All right, let's move on to text function part 2. Let's do that. Okay, so I'm gonna cover 3 things here. I'm gonna cover 3 things here. 3 things plus 1. Concatenate, text join, and ampersand operation, right? So these are all allows you to combine things together. And this is very useful when you have cells that you now want to join both cells into one cell. So the way that I learned it 10, 15 years ago was concatenate, but I think it's going deprecated soon. So I think people don't use the word concatenate anymore, but if you Google anything, concatenate comes a lot of times because everybody from the past is using the word concatenate. So let's just take a look at it to see what it is. It's not something complicated at all. It's just a way to add texts. So if I want first name and last name both together for a full name, I need to use concatenate because first name is in the first column, last name is in this column, but I want everything to be in one column. So what I can do is use the word concatenate. So concatenate, oh, there you go. Do you see that there is a triangle here? That just simply means that it's going to deprecate soon. So it's not going to be supported later on. So you can use the word concat as well. But since I don't know, there's a ton of online presence for a ton of online ways to do different things. I'm going to show you this way. I'm going to show you the other way as well. So I'm going to use Alice, and then I'm going to use Johnson, right? If I do that, something bad happens. Can anybody something something not bad, but something that is not pleasant will happen? Do you know? Very nice. Fitz is saying that if you do that, something ugly happens. So Alice Johnson is really not good. What do you think I should do here? So these are the two things. I concatenate them. So essentially, I put them together, but I don't like it. I want a space. So Jack is saying that, hey, why don't you say that essentially trick the concatenation? Why don't you say that you have a text called a space? And then essentially it means that bring Alice, put a space, and then put the last name. And there you go. Voila, it will work. Okay. Let's do something interesting. Something you can do anything here, right? So you can just Jack suggested this, so I'm gonna put Jack there. So it can be Alice Jack Johnson, right? So it doesn't. This is not a specific to a space. It could be anything. So I can say A12 a space and then B12 and then that would be Alice Johnson. Okay, no problem. So this is that. I hope that everybody see it. Yeah, you can do it with anything. Yeah, essentially anything that you could put. I can just simply say I can add a question mark there. I can put dots there. I can do whatever I like there. It doesn't care. As long as you have texts, it can concatenate them. And then the word concatenation is very important if you're doing engineering, if you're doing software. Concatenation it will be used very frequently because you wanted to do like add things together. So the word concatenation is very important. But of course, for people who are not going to be engineers or so, you do not necessarily need to know the concatenation. So that's fine. So let's just go down and then Control D that. Okay, so what else can you do? Let's just do text join. You can just use text join. Okay. And then a delimiter would be the space. Okay. Sorry. Delimiter would be the space. And would you like to ignore empty spaces? Yes, I want to ignore empty spaces. And then where would you like me to add the text? So I want Alice and then Johnson. And then that's it. So it would be Alice Johnson. Okay. I'm hovering over this so that you can see what formula I use. And then I can come all the way down and Control D and then update everybody. Oh, I'm so sorry. I should have done and here. We can do it there. So let me just let's just do and here. Okay, so the third way of doing the third way of doing the addition together is to use and this is so native and so so good looking because essentially you're not using any functions, so you're just simply saying I want A2. This is so intuitive because you're just literally typing what you want. You're saying that I want Alice and I want some space and I want last name. This is so intuitive. You're not using any functions. It's so good looking, right? And then that's that. And then for a concatenation, I mistakenly used concat under the ampersand. So let me just do concatenation again. concatenate, and then these two texts. To be honest with you, I'm so familiar with this because I was doing this a long time ago, and I've been using this for a long time, so that's why I use that. Or you can use concat. So tell me which formula would you like to see, and then I will show it to you. How did you get a space in and? Okay, just look at it, Aditya. Look at it. Just say the words that you're saying in English. So you're simply saying that I want the first name. So this is A12, and so that's why you put and. You would say I want a space. So that's why you wrote down a space. And then you would say again, and I want family name, which is right here. Very nice. But to be honest with you, this is the most straightforward, and it really matters that you don't yes testing. These are all different ways to do the exact same thing. You are absolutely correct. So you are just picking the one that you like it the most. There are some tiny differences between the two. For example, text join has the capability that you can just use a range, and then sometimes you actually want a range. So text join has this higher capability than, for example, and. But other than that, it's totally fine. Of course I can. Concatenation is just right there. So concatenate the first one, whatever that you want, and then the second one. Hold on a second. What's going on here? Guys, what's going on here? There's a mistake here, right? What's the
You
mistake
put
here?
the wrong last name.
Awesome. So, oh no, is it still wrong, right? Let's just do it. It is this one. B12. Perfect. Awesome. Jackie, thanks for your help. Good job, Kim. Jack, good job. Oh, we have Jackie and Jack. Awesome. Thanks for your help. Format text. So control plus, if I remember correctly, control plus and this. Control plus and this. Yeah. This is just, I don't know if you ever use it in your life, but control, if you hit control plus and semicolon, if you hit all three, something magical happens. Control plus and this. Control plus and this. So I'm putting it into the chat. So if you hit control plus and semicolon, you get something magical, which is just today's date. The chance of you ever using this is pretty much zero. But this is just in case you ever want it, which I don't think you ever need it. But I'm just going to use it here. I will do that. I will, Liban, I will do that when I'm doing the student part. Okay, so for the last one, I'm just doing this so that I can show you the formatting thing. Okay, so I have this. I can use the word text. Okay, to change the format of something. So I don't like this. I want this text to be in the in the month, day, and then year. Okay. I want to change the format. So essentially this does that, okay? Kalin is doing something very fun. He's saying that if you do command, which is the same thing as control, and then if you do control plus, and then that, I'll give you, I got a name. Okay, maybe in this is different. Okay, but here's how you can do it of it. You can do it here. And then, of course, because I don't have this thing here, it will just show ugly thing. Sakrish, paste it so that everybody can help you figure it out. What's the issue? Paste your formula. So for the people who, okay, so help Sakrish. I know what's the problem, but help Sakrish, please. You forgot quotation. Jackie is our guy. Okay, very nice. So I'm just going to, some people asked me to do it again, so let me just do everything again. I'm just going to use and. I'm going to say first name and a space and last name. Perfect. I'm going to fill it up. I'm going to use text join here. I'm going to look at what is asking me. I want a delimiter to be a space. I want to ignore empty space, yes. And I want, let me just see if it can do this. Yeah, perfect. It can do that too. All right. So text join is, you can just give it a range, which is awesome. If you have hundreds of rows, you can just do range. And then concatenate is just concatenate, and then text one, and then a space, and then text two, and then do that. And then for this, I'm just going to use text value this, and then I'm going to use month, day, year. For the people who attended yesterday, can somebody help me with locking this? I want to. Very nice. Where should I put the and sign? Next to 12. Perfect. Should I put it next to G as well? You don't have to. Good job. You don't have to. If I want to, I can, but I don't have to. So there you go. I can just come down and then it's perfect. It stays there. It's Caitlin, it's control. CTRL is control, and then the plus, and then the semicolon. Okay, and then one person asked me for and, so I'm going to do and one more time. So listen, it is A18 and a space and the last name. Okay. No problem, Ditya. Awesome. Let's move on. Guys, I want to have COUNTIF and then SUMIF. Guys, if I say in a word, of course, the people behind Excel wanted people to use it comfortably, so they borrowed it from our common way of saying things. So if I tell you count if it is yellow, so you would actually count, let's say the yellow books, for example. I don't know. Sum if it is greater than 30. So that's how you would do it. So that's exactly how the function does. So say it as to understand it, just say it slowly, and then you would see what it does. So count if, it just counts if a condition is met. So I want to count if how many math entries exist, to count how many math entries exist in the subject column. So I want count if, and then I wanted to get a range, so here, and then what's the criteria? I want it to be math. Is 3 correct? I have 1 math here, 2, 3. Yes, it is correct. Okay. Now I want sum if. Let's do sum if, and this is very, very helpful. So let's just do sum if, not sum of, sum if. Sum if. Very nice. What's the range here? What's the criteria? I want sum if to add all scores of science. Let's just do science. And then what is the sum range? It's right here. It's 165. Can we double check? Science. Science is 90 plus science is 75. 165. So it did it correctly. Questions? Paste. Very nice. Guys, help Sakrish. Could you please redo the one more time? Of course I can. Let's take a look at this. Count if is just it asks you the range and then what is the criteria. If I tell you count if, and I don't say anything, the only thing that you would say is you're telling me, hey, count if what? So I would say count if the diameter is greater than this much. So you would be like, okay, so the criteria is this much. So I want to count if it's the word math. So that's why I say count if math. And then here it says sum if. So add them if a condition is met. What is the condition? I want it to be science. So the first is the range, the second is the what I'm looking for, and then the last one is the range of the numbers that I wanted to sum. All right, who helped Sakrish? Even help Sakrish. Oh, add a score range. Sakrish got it. Perfect. Even you should do the Excel teaching from now on, okay? All right. All right, so let's just do that here. Let's just do that here. I want so that everybody see that one more time. I want count if it is math, so I can just say count if. What is the range? This is the range. And then what's the criteria? Let's say red ones. What's the criteria? The criteria is math. I should not do this, right? This is wrong. Do you know why it's wrong? What did I do wrong here, people?
No quotation.
I forgot the quotation. Awesome. There you go. No, a space was fine. It just I didn't have a quotation. Okay. So let's just do that one more time. I want science. So sum if range is this one. Criteria is math or science. And range is this. All good? All right, let's move on. Okay, so let's just go over this. So I can have round up, or I can have round up, round down, now, today, dated, dated if, and then date arithmetic. So let's just go over round. So round just rounds it. So I can just go and simply say round of this number with one digit. Okay, so 3.141 becomes 3.1. It's just a function that does the round. It rounds it. So I can just do round. Now let's just open this up. Round up. What do you guys guess the round up does?
Rounds up to the nearest.
Integer, very nice. So let's just do that. So round, let me see if I have to the complete number. So round up this. I think I can just, okay, so I need number of digits 1. So 3.1 is round up. Let's see, hold on a second, sorry. This is round up. Round up. And then 1. So if I want one decimal, it would be 3.2. If I simply say 0, it will just not giving me any decimals. So if I want one decimal, it would round up that decimal. If I don't say anything, it would just round up that integer. Okay? Now I want to round down, so I would just like, what is round down? It's the opposite of round up. So I would just grab a number and a number of digits that you want. I don't want anything. I want you to just round down for me. So 3.14, if you round it down, it would just be 3. So I would just have 3. Okay. All right. Questions? How would you make make it so that it would round up if it is besides 1? So round does that. Okay? Fits round is supposed to do that. Okay? So good question. 5.5 and then 5.3 and then 5.6. Okay? So round does that. Round originally does that. Let's say 0. Did I answer your question, Fitz? Ashley is asking a good question. Ashley is saying that, hey, why did you put 0 here? Well, I put 0 because it's looking for number of decimals, right? How many decimals would you like? 0, 1, 2, 3. If you want, let's say 2 digits, and if I'm rounding up, it would essentially round up the second digit for me, second decimal for me. So it would be 315. But since I want complete numbers, so I would just simply say 0 so that I don't have to bother with that. Yeah. So no decimals. Very nice. Very good job, Kim. Yes. If you want one decimal, you would just say 1. If you say 2 decimals, it will round up the second decimal. If you want 3, it would round up the third decimal. Okay. All right. All right. So I have something interesting here, which I want to do this. And then this is date diff. Okay. This is a hidden one. Date diff is a hidden one because it's essentially something that comes from very early days of Excel, and to this day it has functionality. So that's why I brought it up here. But it's a hidden one, meaning that Excel doesn't pop it up for you. If I put anything else, it will pop up, but not this one. So if I just say date if, diff is the abbreviation of difference. So if you want to know the difference between two dates, this is the way to do it. And sometimes it's very useful if you wanted to do it that way. Okay. So if I say date diff, okay. Date diff. So I can just actually here still it doesn't broad it up, but it shows you how you can use it because they're supporting it. It's just they're not promoting it. So let's take a look at what the help shows you. Very nice. So it says you want a start date, an end date, and then the unit. What is the unit? It's like if I have two dates, what do I want the difference of? Do I want to know how many days they're different from one another? How many months they're different from one another? How many years they're different from one another? And that's how you can essentially grab it from here. Now, if you do that, you will actually see an error. So let's get an error here. A21, A, B21, and I want the difference in terms of dates. Okay. I will get an error. And the reason that I'm getting an error here is that Excel doesn't recognize my dates. So I have to convert it to a date. How do I convert it to a date? We've done this before, and that was text to column. So there's something very cool happening here. Let me go do that. So I can just do text to column. I can just ignore this and ignore that. And then I can go to date here and I can simply say this is month, day, year. So I am giving it a hint as to, hey, Excel, treat it as a date, please, for me, not a text. This is not a text, this is a date. So if I hit finish, it treats it as a date. Still, I get an error here, but I get a date. Let's just manage this one as well one more time. This is a text, so I really want it to be a date. So for it to be a date, I would just hit text to column. I would just hit next. I don't care about this. I don't care about that. The only thing that I come here and I want to say, I want to format it as month, day, year. And then I hit finish. Voila. See how it gives you the difference between two dates? That's awesome, right? So that's that. I can add 7 days. So I can, let's say, do this plus 7. So it essentially adds 7 days to it. And then I can subtract dates. So I can just simply say this minus that, which is giving me the same 9 days. Okay. Since I'm sure all of you guys would be interested to see this one more time, I am doing it one more time. Guys, when I'm putting it, I'm doing it for you, for your side. when I'm seeing 2 dates, the way that it's written here is like text, like as if you are typing something. So Excel doesn't recognize this as a date, okay? So the one way of doing it, and I don't want to show you the another way, but I just show you this way so that it's always very reliable. You can just convert text to column. I can just hit next again. And then I can say that, hey, Excel, this is a date. Please treat it as date, okay? And then if I hit finish, it just push it to the right side. That means that it recognized that this is a date. I can do that one more time. I can click text to date. I can do this. I can ignore this. I can go to date, and I can just do a month, day, year, and then do it this way. All right, and then I can just run anything that I like on it. So for the sake of completeness, let's just do that. So date diff, this is the start, this is the end, and I want days. I can add 7 days to it. Or I can subtract dates, which means that I want this minus that. Okay. One way that I may want to show you is format changer, which I guess it doesn't work on this one, but that's fine. So I can just do that one more time. I can just go to data, text to column, next, this, that, and then do that one more time, text to column, next, date, this, that, this is it. And then I can just drag it down. I can just drag it down. And I can drag it down. Okay. Yes. Yes. So you do need to use the quotation mark for D. Do you always have to put D? No, this D stands for day. Let take a look at this. If you click on the help of that, you see that you can have M as well. So you can have a lot of things. So you can have D for day, you can have M for month, you can have Y for year. All right. There is a quicker method. We've gone over time, but I'll be more than happy to share that along with another exercise that we have here tomorrow when we reconvene for the advanced topic.
Thank you, Hamid.
Anytime. How did you open the help thing? Johanna, when you actually write any formula, if you hover over it, it just underlines it. That means that the help is there. So you can just click on it and then it will pop up the help. Did I answer your question, Johanna? Of course I can. Look, Aditya, there's no actual trick here. Because you already made that cell to be a date, from this point on, everything is simple because right now Excel is saying that, hey, I understand that this is a date, so I know what to do with it. So if you say 7, it recognizes that you have a date, and then essentially you're adding 7 days to it. So it's just date plus 7. Perfect. All right. Deidre,
Yes.
up to you.
Okay, so
uh, Go ahead.
two things. Number one is we do have a special guest with us, Sophia Lydiette, who is the TMU navigator, and she is basically here to answer any questions you might have. She's like a walking encyclopedia of anything, on campus, so you can certainly ask them. The second thing is don't forget to fill out the survey. Hamid, have you given them the survey by any chance?
I gave them yesterday, but I didn't
Ah, do it
paste
today.
it
Okay,
today.
so
So
let
I'm going to
me,
paste it, or if you want to paste it.
I have it. Yes. So if you please fill out the survey this time, what I did was after you fill out the survey, when you send it in, you're going to see a hyperlink that will give you access to a Google form. Please fill this out. Those will be the names that we can put into the event draw because the name that you have on Zoom uh, might not correspond to your first name and last name. So we cannot, put you in the draw because it doesn't match up with our database. So make sure you fill out that form so that you get a chance to win one of 200, one of 20 $100 one cup top up. Hamid?
And I really would like to ask everybody to fill it out because if there's any issues or anything, you can write it down so that the next day you're not experiencing the same issue. Or if you see any strength, any weakness, please write it down so that we can make this session better for you so that it worth your time to attend these sessions. Okay?
Yes, for the Google form, you'll be entering it 3 times. So today, just click on the July 30th section, and then you fill it out. That will be for your July 30th event draw. And then, and so next time on tomorrow, if you're attending, you'll be filling out another Google form. You can use the Google form to also fill out for yesterday if you happen to be there, attended yesterday's session as well. Okay. But I'm so happy that all of you are here. It's just so amazing. If your Zoom name is already your first name and your last name, no need to fill it out for yesterday. Okay, but you do need to fill it out for today. That's for sure. Okay, so thank you very much, Hamid, and I'm gonna leave the floor for Sophia. Sophia?
Hi everyone, nice to see you all. I just want to clarify I cannot answer any questions related to math and Excel, but I can do help you with any questions regarding TMU. So let me share my screen. This is a Ask Me Anything session. So as I said, I'm here to try to do my best helping you with any questions related to university. I know this is a nerve-wracking time of the year when you're full of doubts of how things are going to work. I'm a student success navigator. I can get you connected with all the resources available for you on campus. So you get the help that you need when you need it. You can ask me questions now, but you can also book a one-on-one appointment with me or another team member to get tips and tricks to have the best student life you can have at TMU. The team member is Johanna, Simran, and myself, Sophia. Let me check the chat. I see that there's some things going on here. For the registration of the Advanced Excel workshop, you can see that there's still not completed. Maybe you can, oh, you were able to schedule it, amazing. Yeah, you can try to register for tomorrow. If not, you will be waitlisted. But if it's virtual, chances are you're gonna have a spot.
Yeah, no worries because there are 500 spots
Yeah.
for virtual, so there's still plenty of spaces. So go ahead and join tomorrow's session. It'll be really interesting.
And the recording will get to your email. Just it will take maybe more than 1 day. Have a bit of grace with us, but you will get the recordings. No worries, to your email. So I have a question for you guys. Oops. sorry, skip a slide.
Sophia, so there's one question. It says, I was looking for ENG 201 Myth and Lit to select it as one of my electives for fall 2025. But when I search for it in the class shopping list on my Surface Hub, nothing comes up. Not sure what to do.
Yeah, so it might mean that it's not being offered for the fall. You can always contact the Service Hub and double check with them if it's being offering or not. I will put the information about the Service Hub contact information in the chat.
There is another question. It says, for course selection, is there a way to make and plan the schedule before the actual registration opens on August 4th?
Yeah, you can upload it in your card. That's the best way of doing it. So you can have it ready to just press enroll. But most programs will automatically enroll students in their first semester. So you don't need to worry about that. It will be everything uploaded for you. And also for winter, you will be requested to declare like do your course intentions. That is saying like all the classes that you intend to take on the winter. So that will give you like a tentative schedule for the winter. I see that, sorry, I don't want to skip questions, but let me go back up.
Yes, so there are a few other questions. So I know one question was, is it possible to receive the advanced Excel meeting recording even though you're not able to attend tomorrow? Absolutely. So if that is the case, if you don't mind filling out the Summer Jumpstart inquiry form, you will see that on the website, on Summer Jumpstart website, under the Q&A FAQs section. If you fill out the form and let us know, then we'll make sure to send a copy of that recording to you. There's another question. It says, I have a question about our student email, I guess TMU email address. How and when should we do it? Is there a deadline?
Yeah, there is. So I'm gonna add the link on how to do it in the chat right now, but let me give you like a short answer. For undergraduate, you can do it right now. It opens late July, so it should be open right now, and you can apply to your TMU email on this link I'm gonna add in the chat.
Yeah, as a matter of fact, the date that you can start setting up your TMU email is July 21st. So actually that corresponds to the same day that the Summer Jumpstart sent you the invitation email. So yes, you can go and set it up, and I would definitely recommend everyone to do it because in many cases you do need your username. Okay, that is before, so for example, for my name, Deidre Lam, my username is deidre.lam@torontomu.ca. So anything before the at is your username. So when you sign into myryerson.ca, they ask you for your username. That will be the part. So don't add the torontomu.ca part. It's only your first part before the at. I think there are quite a lot of questions, Sophia. See, I think I have to go back as well.
Yeah, I'm going. I saw a question about QSM course registration. So your class should be enrolled for you already. And to enroll in new classes like electives that will start on Thursday, August the 7th at 6 in the morning. So this is first come, first serve. I highly encourage you to have it ready in your shopping cart and then log in as soon as you can in the morning. This is the same if you need to shift classes because of schedule or something. If you want to like take another time of the year, sorry, time of the day. I'm gonna leave the link for that in the chat as well.
Mhm. So I think that answered the question, which day do TRSM students receive the course assignments and how long after
Yeah.
will we choose our elective? So you will choose your elective that begins on August 7th because you're a first year student. Yeah. When can I think about taking a minor? Could you explain what the process is?
Yeah, so minor is something you just take the like credits for. You don't need to enroll in the minor. You complete the course load and then declare it when you are about to graduate. What most students do is try to take their electives or open liberals as credits that can count also for the minor, so they don't need to increase their course load. You just need to be careful and check that the class you're taking is actually will be counted towards an open elective or a liberal in your program. I'm leaving the list of minors in the chat as well, so you can check. They're alphabetical order, so you can check them all, select the one you want, and then you will see all the list of classes that count towards that minor, and then you compare it with the table of liberals or open electives that your program will consider as credits. And that's the best way of getting a minor without having extra course load.
I think I would add to Sophia's comment. I think if you are interested in the minor, I would strongly suggest that you actually meet with your academic advisor.
Yeah.
Because then they can really guide you through. Like in some instances, there are certain faculty you can only do minor in a certain subjects, not all subjects. So make sure you meet with your academic advisor, and then they will help you plan it out.
Yeah, it's always a good idea before making like an academic decision, like taking a minor, to meet out with your academic advisor. And I can leave the contact information of all academic advisors in the chat as well.
I think we have answered, like, do you know when the course schedules will be finalized? I'm showing as enrolled with the rest of the data to BA or to BD, so to be determined or to be announced. So as I said, I think the first day for your registration is August 7th, as seen on the what Sophia has showed. So by then, I think you'll be able to see what
Yeah.
you have been enrolled and also make whatever changes that needs to be made. Okay,
So somebody's asking where they can check their classes.
Yeah.
So you can check that in your service app. For that, you will need your student number that you should have by now, and just create an account. I'm gonna leave the link in the chat as well.
The majority of your first year classes are mandatory classes, so those will automatically be scheduled for you. Only a small number of students might have an electives, but usually they are not in the first term. Sophia, am I correct?
Yeah, you're correct.
Yeah. So, so you actually practically probably don't need to do something, unless really in some odd cases where you do have electives that you can choose for your first term, that's when you'll be able to do it on August 7th.
Yeah.
Sure. I think someone would like me to repeat the username. All right, so there is the TMU email, So the whole email will be, so for example, again, using my own, so Deidre Lamb, so it will be deidre.lamb@torontomu.ca. So that is my email. However, the first part before the @ is your username. So I'm going to type it in actually in the chat box for everyone so that you can see it. So basically, you choose your username and then @torontomu.ca. So this is the whole thing. Username @torontomu.ca is your email. But when you sign into my ryerson.ca, they will only ask you for your username. So the username is just the first part before the @. So hopefully that that will explain. Okay.
So we have a question about somebody struggling to sign into Outlook Microsoft with their TMU email. Should you be contacting IT? Yeah, you can contact them. I'm gonna leave the link in the email. Sorry, the link in the chat so you can get help.
As a matter of fact, Sophia,
Mhm.
if you go, can you show students, they can actually, because they already have their email, they can actually do a IT request, like a ticket. So if
Yeah,
you go into your my.ryerson.ca,
my TMU. That's
your TMU, yeah, not the CCS, but actually my
oh,
TMU.
okay.
Yeah.
Okay, I will do it.
My dot Toronto, you're missing a dot. My
Yeah. Oh, my trans.
my dot my dot with a dot.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh.
Uh,
So
okay.
you're gonna see it as my login that is of a staff member, but I think it's really similar for a student.
Yeah. So
So
now,
here you can click on IT help, in this bar on the top. Here you can create like request IT service, and you write your
click on the IT, the first one, IT help request form.
yeah, and here you can like say who you are, if you're a student, a staff member, a professor, etc.
Yeah. So
Right.
if you have any of the Microsoft issue, send in a ticket item, and they will get back to you and help you out.
Yeah, they're really quick on answering. My only recommendation is here in the few more details they ask about, just try to add everything, every solution you have already attempted, so your communication with them is more smooth.
Yeah. And also, if you have any error messages, take a screenshot and include it because you're able to attach an attachment at the end so
Yeah.
that they can actually see what is the error message. That will be very helpful for them.
What is the difference between the physical one card and the digital one? If there's any restrictions on the digital one card, uh, and if you can get replacements. So, okay, the main major difference in between the physical and the digital one is that you will be required to show your physical one card for exams and midterms. So please have it handy as soon as possible. Don't rely on the digital one. We don't want to be like the day before your exam and you're struggling to get the physical copy of the one card to be able to do your exam. In terms of like tapping in for buildings, you should get the same level of access.
As a matter of fact, Sophia, I do believe if you opt to get a digital one card, then the digital one card will be the one that you can access to all the buildings.
Yeah, you can access all the buildings.
Yeah, you can also
Um,
get the physical card, but then that physical card is only more of an identification. It will not tap into the building. So you have a choice.
but you definitely need it for the exam.
Yes,
And yeah, so make sure you have it. And if you lose it, you can get a replacement. Yeah, you can go to the office and ask for a replacement.
but it's at a cost.
It's a cost. Yeah, there's a
Yeah,
cost
it's
involved.
cost involved, yeah.
When does the VSB open up? Sorry, what is the VSB? I don't know that acronym.
Yeah, Tasnim, if you can clarify what is VSB, that would be great.
In the meantime, I'm going to move forward with the next question. Can you book an appointment with the academic advisor? Yes, you can. You can contact them by email. They might take a while to answer because this is like really like high volume time of work for them. But yeah, you can reach out and send them an email for sure.
Course enrollment start on August 8th.
I just
Yeah. The range of dates you're seeing is because it's actually more for second, third, and fourth year. It depending on what year of study you are, your
yeah.
enrollment date is different. Yeah.
Kim, you made a question about the student number work as well. No, what do you mean, like work for what?
If you're talking about signing into my.torontomu.ca, when they ask you for your username, you could put in your student ID. That is correct.
Yeah. And in the link I left on how to create your My Service Hub account, there's a bunch of tutorials on how to do it with step-by-step and screenshots.
I think there's another question that says, as a first year, can I choose my professor on August 7th? And can I adjust the time of my classes or schedule?
Yeah, you can adjust it. I don't know if you can choose your professor, like there's a limited amount of professors and the courses might be full, but you can adjust the time as
Yeah.
much as there's availability for the classes.
Although I have to say, I think from experience, looking at my students, a lot of their first year courses are really big and they already pre-programmed. So it's not like there's a lot of free spot open for people to move around or change their schedule. So oftentimes it's pretty much set.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Especially in first year.
Mm-hmm.
Kim, you said we can also access it with the student ID, or does this sign us to a different one? Sorry, but access what specifically?
I have a feeling
When you can get the student card, you can pick it up during orientation week.
yeah. There will be like one area on campus. Usually it's a pod. I think last year they had it outside of pod 60.
Yeah.
And that's where students will get their one card. At the same time, they will ask you, do you want a digital card? Like that option. So you say yes, then they will program it onto your phone, help you program to your phone. But certainly you will be able to get a physical card. It's just that, as I said, the physical card will be just as identification. You will not be able to tap into this building if you opt for a digital card.
There's a question: if you are a previous student from TMU, and you're currently enrolled in a class for first year, do you need a one card? Yes, you need a one card to access the building. So you're not going to be able to get into the building without a one card. You need to tap to get into the building. And as I mentioned before, you need your one card to be able to do your midterms and exams. So you need to present your university ID to be led into the room for the exam.
Sophia, the VSB is the Visual Schedule Builder.
Oh, the visual schedule builder. It should be, you should be able to access that now. Let me double check.
Okay, I think the VSB is a scheduling tool and cannot be used for course intention. All first year, you guys will not have course intentions. It will only be for, is it for the second term, for the winter term,
Yeah,
or is it for
it's
second
more
year?
like an aid for students to have like a visual aid of their schedule. Will not count as course intentions that you need to do it for the winter.
Yeah. Course intention is what you're thinking of taking.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Like literally your intentions on what classes to take.
Yeah.
I know there's another workshop starting now, so if you guys need to leave, I'm gonna try to answer a few more questions, but I also have another commitment to run to.
Mm-hmm. Okay.
You can apply to the one card virtually or in the office directly.
A one card cannot be used as a Presto card.
No,
It's totally different things. Yeah.
it's different things.
Yeah. Now I know Sophia has to run, but definitely if you have Sophia, if they have more questions, is there a way they can contact the?
Yeah, let me go back to my slides actually, and
Yes.
we didn't have to use them because you guys were great. I had a lot of questions ready. But you can send us an email. I'm gonna leave our email in the chat. And I'm gonna also encourage you to answer our readiness quiz. That is like the quiz that will give you like a overview of how ready you are for university and maybe where like things you can work on in the meantime that will make your life at TMU a bit easier. So this is the link to the readiness quiz, and our email is studentsuccess@torontomu.ca. And you're more than welcome to send us an email to book an appointment or just to ask questions. If you have a bunch of questions, I will recommend you book an appointment so we can go over all of it at once.
Sophia, thank you so much for joining us today.
Thank you, Deidre. Thank you
Yeah.
all for all your questions and your curiosity.
Yes, you guys are great. And hopefully we'll see you in more events. Have a nice day, everyone.
Yeah, have a good one. Bye.